Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You're all loved, celebrated, and appreciated. Do Africans know their heroes? Do Africans know who really fought for their freedom? Do they know who really went up and down so they can live freely wherever they are in the continent or in the world today? Because we have Africans who are around the world, or maybe because of searching for a better life, they might be in Canada. A lot of Africans are in Canada, a lot are in America, a lot are in other parts of Europe and America that you can make mention of. A lot are even in China and other parts of Asia. So do they really know their heroes? Now you bring pictures of their heroes and then you bring picture of one so-called hero. Are they ready to forfeit that very one they have known to be their hero all the while for the real ones who helped them, who died for them, who struggled for them, who gave up their life for their freedom? This is a question that I want us to ponder upon as I show something to you and we take it up from there, because when I came across this, I'm like, it's like we still have a long way to go, because there are lots of people, there are lots and lots of people who have decided to still be sleeping. They sleep, they are dreaming, the dream is so sweet, they don't want to wake up. All right, so they are still asleep and they are not ready to wake up from their sleep. I want us to look at this and we take it up from there.
In the video you are about to watch, two brothers are discussing three icons: Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and Jesus Christ. The brother on the right in the video is telling the brother on the left that the freedoms that the people of color are enjoying in the United States today are as a result of sacrifices that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X made in the 60s. But the brother on the left is saying, the freedoms that people of color are enjoying today in the United States are as a result of the sacrifices that Jesus Christ made. Watch the video.
One of these men mean more to you and your
This
life?
one, Jesus.
Where you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
He's from Nigeria too.
Yeah.
He sacrificed his life for our children. He is the reason why you are able to come over here today. He fought for you to come over here.
It is this one that you are able. It's because of Jesus. That's why we're able
So
to.
it's not because of Malcolm X. No. Malcolm X is the one that fought for you to have the rights that you have.
Is the one, Jesus Christ is the one that made it possible for us to be.
So the brother on the left is saying Jesus Christ is the reason why people of color in the United States are enjoying the freedoms that they're enjoying today. But the fact is, the civil rights movement that was led by Malcolm X and Martin Luther King gave birth to the freedoms that people of color enjoy today in the United States. And that's just 60 years ago. But Jesus Christ lived 3,000 years ago. But why does the brother on the left think that it's Jesus Christ who fought for the freedoms that people of color are enjoying today? Indoctrination. You see, we as the black people, the first piece of history that we've been exposed to since we're young is the Bible in Sunday school. And anything about our history that we've been taught, we were taught by the people that oppressed us in slavery and colonialism. They taught us and they taught us who we are. But I think it's time for us to start telling our own stories. Our children need to learn who we are. We were once a great people. Our children need to start learning what we have contributed to humanity. They need to learn that algebra and mathematics began in Africa. Architecture started in Africa. Our children need to know that the world's first tallest buildings were not built in New York or Abu Dhabi. They were built in Egypt by black people who ruled the world back then. And how they built those pyramids is a mystery. Why is it that nobody knows in the world how they built the pyramids? It's because our history as the black people was wiped out deliberately. And all the architecture about how the pyramids were built in Egypt and Sudan went with the destruction of our civilization as a black people. After 2,000 years of slavery, it's time for us to start teaching our children the truth. We need to start telling our own stories. Let's see more of the movies coming out about Patrice Lumumba. Let's see movies coming out about Kwame Nkrumah. Let's see movies coming out about Sundiata, the great Mansa Musa, and all the great African kings that lived and ruled the whole world. If we let other people tell our stories, they'll be telling stories like they did Idi Amin, painting him as a brutal, savage, uneducated dictator. But in actual fact, he was an intelligent, calculating leader who just wanted the best for his people. And the sin that he committed was kicking out Jewish and Indian people out of his country because they were exploiting his people. Let's tell our stories. Let's tell our children who we really are. Have a good night.
So you're saying that this one is the most relevant in your life right now?
The Bible says, he who comes from above is above everything.
What part of Africa are you from?
Nigeria.
Now this is Africa. This is Africa. Yeah. And a lot of you Negroes out there talking about why do we deal with religion all the time? Yeah. This is why we deal with religion all the time.
Above everything. A perfect man. Is he comparable? Who are you?
So you're saying that this one is, he's perfect?
Yes.
Look at it, look.
Is he more than this?
So you love this
one being? Yeah, this is the greatest God all over the world.
So you saying no?
Yeah.
This one, look at, what about Malcolm X? This is Malcolm X.
Compare Malcolm X to Malcolm Garvey.
Yeah.
Is he comparable? This is the greatest God ever to live in this world.
Now you hear that, my man Gary? My man from Nigeria, and he said this is the best. You can't compare none of them to Jesus.
Yes, because he's the perfect man. That is a model everybody should emulate.
Now, what if I was to tell you that this really never existed? Jesus never really existed.
Say it again.
What if I was to tell you that this right here, this image?
They made it up?
Yes.
Who made it up?
The white man.
I never know of that. This is the first time I ever heard of that.
Oh, Majesties, you have heard all of this. What do you think? You see why some of us will not be tired of what we are doing? You see why some of us have devoted our time, our energy to research, to bring out information, at least to drop out something on the internet. So when people come to search for, they can find something related to our people. The stories of our people, telling our stories by ourselves, with our own mouth, and not allowing the enemy come tell our stories. You see the reason why? And this is why you see that a lot of people feel not so comfortable. Like what he said, indoctrination. See, this is it. This is it. We have been indoctrinated. And it's difficult to pull out. Like, it's not easy. I know that. All the while we grew up, we went to catechism classes. Some of you went to Sunday schools. They told you that everything in the Bible is the truth. You have to believe in it with all your heart. You can't even to give up yourself for what is there written in that book. We people like us were custodians of this. We were teachers. We were teachers of these things. I taught catechism for some time. So we're like custodians as well of this white man organization of a particular book to control people. This is it. So for something you grew up believing, knowing, and thinking that this is how it should be, this is what it should be, and then you reach a point and discover that some people were just messing with us. I know it's not easy to just accept. But as well, you should give the liberty. Give the liberty. Give that liberty to those who are trying their best to open your eyes. Give them that opportunity. If you are not interested, you can just move aside and let other people who are interested listen. Instead of leaving comments that are not encouraging, because it's not easy doing this thing we are doing. It's not, Your Majesties. Telling our stories how it is. Going back to retell our story how it should be is never easy. Anyway, we've seen a lot, we've heard a lot, and I believe we have enough to ponder upon. Leave your thoughts and opinion there, because what do I have to say anymore? I am speechless at this point. Leave your comments and thoughts there at the section, Your Majesties, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.